Look at that. That's bad. Hello, I'm Jake and welcome back to my automotive channel. You may have noticed I'm in the garage today, and that can only mean one thing. No, the Porsche's not ready. The Porsche's outside, it's nearing completion, but all the hard work's been done in the garage in the dry over the winter, so now it can go outside and we can finish it off. But that also means the 1972 classic Fiat 500 is in the garage ready for full restoration. And plans have changed since I last saw you all. If you're new to my channel, this is my 6th classic Fiat 500 and I love them to bits. Now, you know, if you're my old viewers and that, you know I've had a lot of these, and there's you know, I've always wanted to do certain things to like turn one into a bath, a jolly and everything crazy like that, and I never did it. But that all changes today, because this car is very rotten from the top downwards, which doesn't happen on classic cars very often. The roof is shot. It's very bad in a lot of places. Now, the only way I can replace that roof is either by another shell, which is a lot of money, probably the cost of actually buying this complete car, because this was very cheap and local to me. So buying another shell is not in the budget whatsoever, plus it's putting it somewhere. And then I can guarantee I'd find a shell that's better than this one, so you might as well just convert it all over. That's not what I want to do. I want to keep this chassis. So I've decided to actually make a jolly. If you don't know what a Fiat 500 jolly is, Google it now. I will post the image for you. I've never seen one in person. You probably won't ever see the original one unless you're in Italy or somewhere that way in Europe. But they're very expensive. So a lot of people make replicas, obviously. And yeah, I think in the long run, it's actually going to save me money. It's definitely going to save me time. And it's going to turn heads at car shows. So yeah, I'm going to make this 1972 Fiat 500 into a jolly. So here it is. Now let me give you all a recap. This one was found very local to me, 10 minutes up the road, literally. And it's an authentic UK registered right-hand drive, was sold as right-hand drive, not converted to right-hand drive. And it was also sold in Gloucester, which is about 13 miles away from me in my main city where we go shopping. So yeah, how great is that? Now it's very rusty, crusty rusty we've named him at the moment. And it is a him. All my cars are named after boys or Formula 1 drivers, which are all boys unfortunately. But yes, it needs a lot of work. Front end needs replacing, wings need replacing. This inner sill, this side needs replacing. Doors are already off because I'm doing a forward check now of rust. Sill here needs replacing. However, the inner sills are okay, both sides. That one's had work before, and that's actually a newer panel on the floor there. There are holes in the floor. This one's okay. You see it's been done before, but that side has 2 big holes. Now, there's no point replacing the entire floor panel, because the rest of it's fine. It's literally an hole over there and a hole roughly about there. So we'll get them sorted. The back, behind the passenger seats, has a big hole here, and I'll show you where the water's got into there. But this is all solid. It's solid around the mounts where your rear shocks bolt into, which is great because they always go. My last one had really bad rust here and here, which this one's had a replacement. That side possibly needs a replacement. I gotta move the wiring loom first. However, the roof is a complete mess. Now, because it was outside and I took the original sunroof off because I wanted to see how bad this was here, we put a bit of tarp over it, duct taped it down. I took the duct tape off this morning and look at this. Just started taking the paint off, even put another hole in that side. So yeah, it's made me think, well, maybe it's time to do a jolly, because this one needs a lot of work above, not down. These arches are perfect. There's a bit there, but that doesn't mean we have to replace the entire arch. And this bit needs doing done here. But the arches are fine, which is the main thing. But this. So it's me thinking it will save time. Not classic cars are not meant to be rushed, but at the same time, it will look really cool. And I've always wanted to own a jolly, well, build one anyway. So I think it's the right idea. Now there's always all over, like I said. I still got to take the windscreen out and have a look at this one. Really, we know that's bad there, so windscreen's got to come out. Not even worrying about the wings. All new body panels are over there. Even new doors I picked up the other day, and a new bonnet. But there's the oval. There you go. Down there you can see the floor. And then there's one here as well. But like I said, no point replacing the entire floor for those two ovals. No way. Again, they rust here. Water builds up in the window seals, obviously. And same here. And this one, see, it just started going there. And that side's not too bad. But we don't have to worry about that, because we're doing a jolly. So that does mean the roof's going to be cut off. Now, you cut them off roughly to these lines here. Same here, but there's a bit that comes up there. I got to do some research. Obviously, I'm not going to have doors. You can put doors on them, but no, basically what will happen is this will be stiffened up, and you basically step over into your seat like that. So no actual doors, which is nice, different, but yeah, I think it's the right car to do it with. I really do. Now I still have the front end of one of my previous Classic 500s, the other side of that window, and this one obviously will come off. Now they got to go on the wall is decoration. Basically, I don't know what I'll paint them up as. They'll be named. The other's actually off Raven, Hugo's sister, so yeah, but that'll look nice. And I am trying to sort the garage out, because the Porsche's not in the end. The Fiat 500 is half the size of the Porsche. There's actually a lot of room. So we got one workbench over here, a table I should say, and then we got another here, which I'm still sorting out the tools and everything. We got my work trolley. The Fiat 500 does have to go more that way. There's the doors. So the doors going to be fully stripped down, save all the glass and the parts and that, which is the main thing. The doors are completely shot on the bottom. You can actually see where they've had patch welding on the bottom panels, which is very common on Classic 500s. There's the glass. I'm going to put some bubble wrap, put them in a box and put them away. Then down here, I don't know how well you can see, but we have two doors. The wings are over there. The bonnet's down there as well. And then the new front end is over here, which you did see in the last video. So yeah, that's great. So we got the front end, we got the wings, I got an inner arch for this side, replacement panel for the left rear, so down here, this one. However, it's not too bad, but we're going to do it properly, obviously. And I did promise you we would see the engine running. We're just waiting for the carb gasket seals to redo the carb, and we'll hopefully get it running. But like I said, it turned over, fantastic. And then we got to find a way of getting this paint off. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I did remove the rear lights. I noticed actually the other side is really bad here. Quite a bit of rust there. This side's fine, but the other side, yeah. These ovals are just, every time I see them, I'm like, oh god. So, giant replacement panel there, both sides. You can buy the oval thing, obviously. Now, this one, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's worthy of replacing the entire panel. And I'm hoping I can save the engine frame here, this bit. What holds the engine up, basically. But I'm hoping I can save that. It's a bit rotted underneath, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But this roof, another hole. There's another hole coming through here. This is terrible here. Just look at it. That's bad. I think that's safe to sit on. Doesn't feel safe. So there you have it. Yeah, let me know what you think. Like I said, I think it is the perfect 500 to use as a jolly. Yes, it can be done, the roof and everything, that can all be done. Like I said, you can do a donut shell or, you know, get all the welding done. But in the long run, I think that's going to cost a lot more money. And like I said, finding a shell, yeah, a shell would cost nearly £1,000, if not more. So, in my eyes, it's not worth doing. Plus storing the car as well, the shell. So, yes, I'm going to turn this one into a jolly. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to keep you all updated. Obviously, we'll do how-tos and show you all the process of that. And as of from today, the project begins because I'm just finishing stripping it down. I've bought a very nice frame out there to put the actual car on, which will be in the next video. Hopefully, we'll get him up on that frame and I'll show you how that all works. It's going to make welding the car, getting the floors done a lot easier. As mentioned, I can't use a welder due to my health, due to my pacemaker. So when it comes to classic cars and welding, that's where obviously the money mostly goes, is on the welding. But there's one thing I want to do with this car, and that is paint it, spray it myself. I think I can do it. I've done a lot of models and other bits and, you know, wheels, but I've never actually done a car. So you live and learn. If I can't do it, then we're going to have a really bad paint job on a Fiat 500 Jolly. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and please remember to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see the progress on this Fiat 500, which is now going to be a Jolly. Bye for now.